Hey folks, this is Kalani. Do you still have a few reputations you'd like to get to Exalted in Battle for Azeroth or Legion? Did you either miss out on the previous double rep buff or maybe just needed a bit more time to complete all of your goals? Well, do I have some good news for you. Starting today, September 1st, the impressive influence buff will return. It will run from September 1st through the entire month, so I guess it will disappear either on the last reset of the month or just when we cross over into October. But there are a few differences with what reps are affected this time around, so let's have a look at what you can do to make the best use of this huge reputation gains bonus, and a few things that might not be worth doing depending on what your goals are. Now before we jump in, be sure to pop by our live stream sometime over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 12 PM PST, and we always love chatting with you wonderful folks, so I hope to see you soon. The first major difference with the rep buff this time is that it will apply to all Battle for Azeroth reputations, including the new ones in patch 8.3. The last time we had the 100% bonus, the Rajani and Uldum Accord reputations were specifically left out, which didn't feel all too great, because those were the reps that most people were interested in at the time. That's the current content after all. But I guess Blizzard changed their minds on that one, or they just figured enough time has gone by to let everyone catch up a bit faster. So if you're still wanting some of the goodies on offer, like the permanent augment rune, or maybe the tabards to add to your collection, the mount from Uldum Accord, or maybe you just want to add another 2 exalted reputations to your repertoire, whatever you fancy, it's now going to be about twice as fast earning your rep for those 2 factions specifically. So no random exceptions this time, all reps in BFA are included. Perhaps the next best thing you can work towards with this rep buff, relating to Battle for Azeroth anyway, is the Pathfinder achievements. They require revered reputation with every rep before patch 8.3. So all 3 of your leveling zone factions, your faction campaign reputation, the Champions of Azeroth, the Tortollan Seekers, Mechagon and Nashatar. That is a lot of rep grinding if you haven't started this yet, but hopefully you're at least a little bit of the way through most of these reps. You do have to do a few other things for the achievement, but the real time sink is the rep farming, so there's no better time to get caught up than with this double rep buff. Now you might be thinking, why would you go back and get BFA flying if we're about to leave this expansion? That's a good question. You will actually still need to get Pathfinder in BFA at some point if you ever want to fly in any of the BFA zones. So when you come back for transmog, mounts, other reps, achievements, anything, if it's in a BFA zone, flying is going to make that easier. So that's not necessarily something that becomes obsolete or will be useless in the future, or at least in Shadowlands, so it might still be worth going for. The rep buff can also be useful even if you have already got every rep at Exalted. Paragon Boxes could still have something of interest for you. First up, they're sometimes the only source for a rank 4 essence. The Nashatar rep and Mechagon rep both have a rank 4 essence tied to their Paragon Boxes, and all of those rank 4 essences will actually become unobtainable when Shadowlands rolls around. You might not be able to use them in the new expansion, but you can still show off those unique special animations that come with a rank 4 essence in anywhere that is not a Shadowlands zone. And there's an achievement for collecting all of them, so if you want to go absolutely crazy with that, the rep buff can help get you a bit closer. Paragon Boxes also contain a good chunk of gold, so there's an extra bonus on top. The rep buff doesn't just work for BFA though, it works for Legion reps as well. Legion Pathfinder was brought up previously because right now you actually cannot fly in Legion without it, so it's still nice to have, but we have some good news on this front. Legion Pathfinder will not be required to fly in Legion areas when Shadowlands launches, so while this buff could help you get Legion Pathfinder faster, you actually don't need it if you just wait for the next expansion to roll around. But Legion reps still have cosmetics, pets, toys, tabards, mounts that you might want to work towards, and if you just want to rack up exalted reps, Legion has plenty for you to get through. The Paragon Boxes for Legion reps can also contain mounts, at least some of them can, which I know some players are still working towards, so this rep buff should help towards that goal as well. The main reputations that I encouraged players to go after previously when this buff first popped up were the ones tied to allied race unlocks, so the Army of the Light for Lightforged Draenei, the Argusian Reach for the Void Elves, the High Mountain Tauren for the High Mountain Tauren, the Nightfallen for the Nightborn. All of those Legion reps were still required if you wanted to play the appropriate allied race. Not anymore, at least when the pre-patch arrives. The rep requirements are being stripped out of unlocking allied races, but it's actually not just the Legion ones. The Dark Iron Dwarves, Mag'har Orcs, Kul-Tirans, Zandalari Trolls, Mechanomes, and the Vulpera will all have their reputation requirements removed as well. Every single allied race. You can actually check this out on the PTR right now if you want to. Hop on over to your allied race building and click on the flags. Each one will show you that the Exalted Reputation achievement is no longer required. All you need are the other achievements that were previously required, so honestly, you have a choice here. You can finish off your allied race reputations and unlock them a bit faster, maybe, or you can just wait until pre-patch and ignore the rep altogether. I'm happy knowing that I won't have to farm the Alliance reps in the future if I ever wanted to level an allied race on that side of the game, and I'm glad they're finally unlocking the Legion allied races for everyone, because that should be considered old content at this point. I know this news doesn't necessarily help you make the most out of this buff, but maybe it will save you some time and effort if you don't think getting the allied race before pre-patch is worth the rep grinding you'd have to do. So maybe I'm helping save a little bit of your time. The last thing that this buff return gives us is maybe a better idea of when the pre-patch will launch. Previously, I talked about the 22nd of September and the 29th of September being the most likely dates, but this buff will run from September 1st to the end of September. They're not really being specific with the end, and if the 29th is the launch date, then the pre-patch would arrive right as this buff ends. It's almost like the dev team know giving us another carrot on a stick to keep us playing will keep us at least somewhat entertained until the pre-patch arrives. So I think I'm all in on September 29th at this point. I would still try to get your goals done before the 22nd if possible to make sure you don't accidentally run out of time, but this buff's duration lends a bit more weight to the 29th being our big release date. I guess time will tell. But that's all for this video. Nice quick one. What do you plan to do with the returning 100% increased rep gains buff? Finish off some BFA reps, maybe get Pathfinder and Flying for BFA, or maybe something entirely different? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to explore the beta or help us get ready for Shadowlands, you can find us over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 12 PM PST, and we've actually been running Mythic Jaina runs every Saturday to help the community get more of their mounts, so if that's something you still want to do before pre-patch or before Shadowlands launches, hop on over, we'll try get you in. And watching the stream and coming to say hi is one of the best ways you can support the channel right now, and if you ever wanted to be included in the long list of names at the end of every video, a subscription on Twitch is the easiest way to make that happen. You get a free sub to any Twitch channel if you have Amazon Prime too, so be sure to take advantage of that. A big thank you to everyone who's subscribed on Twitch already and to our supporters over on Patreon. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, well, now you know how. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.